Welcome, Mid-Missouri, to another session of Making a Difference. June 7th, 2016. What a great day. The weather's just fantastic. The sun is shining. It can't get any better. And then I've got some great guests tonight. I mean, Kalynn and Craig, both with the Alternative Community Training. Did I get it right, ACT?
Yes.
I did it.
Yep.
Good job. Listen, you two, thank you so much for taking the
Yes, sir.
time to be with us today. This is a very unstructured type of interview and interrogation. Okay. Tell us a little bit about ACT. Kalynn?
Oh, no, that's fine. So ACT provides services to people with disabilities here in Columbia in all aspects of life.
Now, you introduced yourself as the communications ninja. Could you further elaborate?
Well, I've got a great boss, and
Okay.
I thought it was a great title.
Now, is that Craig?
No, Craig is not my boss. Mark Hosmer is the
Okay.
executive director at
Okay.
ACT, and he said I could have it. I thought it was in my field. There's a lot of outgoing, great personalities in communication, so I was like, I have to have something
So
catchy.
communications ninja.
Yes,
Is it on your card yet?
it is on my card.
See, how much fun can you have?
You've got to have fun.
You got a good boss there.
Yes,
I
yes.
think Mark's been on this program too.
Probably.
I think he has. Craig, tell us, what do you do? I've got director of day program, and then I ask you, well, who directs the night program?
Right. So I am the director of the day program, and so each day, Monday through Friday, we have 100 individuals with developmental disabilities that come see us starting around 9 o'clock in the morning. From there, we check into our rooms and we get ready to go for the day. We're going in about 20 different directions throughout the day, heading to different spots in the community. We're going to volunteer opportunities at Second Chance in the VA hospital. We just took a trip to a St. Louis Cardinals game a couple of weeks ago. And so our goal is to have our folks with developmental and intellectual disabilities fully integrated in the community and being active and participating members of the community. And so, yes, we go to some places and then we go to different places, but a lot of times we go back to that same place so that we can form relationships in the community, same way that you or I would, and be back at a volunteer opportunity week after week after week at the food bank and really get a chance to be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
How long have you been involved with ACT?
Sure, and so I'm fairly new at ACT. I've been just at ACT since this spring, and so I come from a background in mental health and clinical concerns, and so it's been wonderful to be a part of the developmental disability side and really see folks attempt and become more and more independent each day.
You know, I see passion here, and you know that's what you need. You're a 501c3,
Yes.
which means you're always in a fundraising mode. That's just the nature of the beast. But with the two of you, I see a lot of passion, and that's pretty neat. I asked you earlier what your mission was, and you know there's long, drawn-out mission statements. Every organization has one, but you said one thing that kind of really cuts to the chase, and that's connection.
Yes.
Explain.
Yeah, it's all about connecting with ACT. We're advocates for people with disabilities. Like you said, people need voices sometimes.
Need a champion.
Yes, so we help connect people with disabilities with their community in all aspects of life. Like I said, living, working, and playing.
That's it? You said a bunch of stuff. No, actually, I'm just
The
kidding.
camera
but
wasn't rolling then.
You're fine. But connection is everything. Yeah, your day program.
Right.
You take individuals out to the community. That's interaction. That is so important.
Very much so, and there's interaction within their own social group of the individuals that are going out, but there's also interaction in every aspect of the community. And so in addition to that, we're operating independent living situations in the community where folks are there, and we're staffing those 24/7. We've got career and job prep services going out, as well as in-home services with behavioral and different interventions that we can provide to families while folks are in their natural homes.
So what's coming up? You've got a whole summer of stuff.
We do.
Stuff going on.
Actually, you mentioned ACT being a nonprofit. We actually just kind of started to get into fundraising because we did have a program that earned some money, but we've faded that out. And so we've just started to get into the fundraising realm, and that's part of my role. And it's been really exciting, but also challenging.
It is challenging.
It's very challenging, especially with so many other great nonprofits here in Columbia. We're kind of all fighting for the same funds. But we got accepted to be in Tigers on the Prowl this year, and you have to apply, and they select 10 nonprofits, and we got chosen to be one. So we're very excited.
Great.
Yes, and so they'll pair us with an artist, Gabe Fennell, and a sponsor, More Source, and he'll decorate a tiger with our mission in mind, and we get to highlight that tiger throughout the summer.
Now, how do you get an artist together with a community business like More Source?
Tigers on the Prowl is a great campaign, and they actually do a lot of the work for you. We sought out More Source because we have a connection with Kat Cunningham and More Source.
Great lady.
Yes, she's a great lady, and she recently launched Abilities for Business with ACT and other related agencies. So it was a natural fit. So I asked if I could seek her out from the Tigers on the Prowl committee, and they said they would love to have her, of course, because who wouldn't want to have Kat Cunningham? And so very
dynamic.
Yes,
lady.
so she agreed, and I really wanted her to be our sponsor because she's so well known in the community, and she has a passion for people with disabilities as well. So like I said, it was a great fit, and I know she's going to help us promote our tiger and help us to get votes, monetary votes for our tiger.
Oh, now, do you roller skate?
I do not roller skate.
That's interesting because you've kind of partnered with Derby Dames.
I have given myself a Derby Dame name, the Ram Jam, but I do not roller skate. I just did it for fun.
The Ram Jam.
The Ram
I
Jam.
like that. Craig, are you a roller skater too?
I broke my arm roller skating in 3rd grade, so I'm done.
We've had some of the Derby Dames on here, and
Fun group.
Oh, they are. They have a lot of fun. But tell us about the partnership with Derby Dames.
Okay, so we were chosen to be on Tigers on the Prowl, and we were asked to do our own event to promote our tiger. And we had done an event with the Derby Dames last year, and we had a great time, and we asked if they'd like to have us again, and they said yes, and bring your tiger, and they were thrilled. So we will have our tiger on July 16th after the big tiger reveal on July 15th at Tolton High School. Doors open at 5:30, and we'll have our tiger there, and the MU women's basketball team and some Golden Girls. They'll put on a little show at halftime. We'll have Tigers on the Prowl t-shirts and candy bars, and people can vote for our tiger with monetary donations.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Craig, anything happening in your world?
We are just constantly looking for new ways to interact with the community, new volunteer opportunities. And so, if there's a company or an individual out there that has volunteer opportunities or opportunities for us to come be a part of the community in general, we're certainly open to those suggestions, and I'd certainly be happy to sit down and talk with them about what those details might look like.
Now, what type of volunteers? What do you need?
And so we, when we go out and volunteer, we are packing bags at the food bank. We're helping, when we go to Second Chance, we're spending time with the animals and helping to do some cleanup around. And so really, it's wide open. Certainly the discussion points on it are wide open with all the possibilities.
What's your web address, or how can people get a hold of you?
actservices.org.
Okay. Anything else? You got
We're
1
on
second.
Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, go ahead.
We're on Facebook and Twitter, so you can find us there too, Active Como.
Kalynn Ramsey, Craig Valone, thank you so much. Come back and see us, you two.
Thank you.
And good luck to your July projects. You're going to be busy.
Yes, thank you very much.
Have a great summer.
Thanks.
All right, we're back, Making a Difference, the second segment. I want to introduce Chris Campbell. Chris Campbell is the director of the Boone County Historical Society. You have to be one of the luckiest people, at least in my opinion, there is.
Yeah,
The director of the
job.
Boone County Historical Society. Anything that says history in it.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you to or welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm born and raised here in Columbia.
Good for you.
But what's interesting is that despite the fact that I'm running the History Society, I'm newly returned to Columbia. I went away for 30 years and came back about 4 years ago.
Chris, you can always come home.
And that's what everybody says.
That's
But
right.
apparently I'm not alone in doing that.
No, you're not. Welcome home.
Yeah. But had a long career in Southern California, came back to Missouri 5 years ago, to Columbia about 3 or 4 years ago, and really was lucky to get picked out for this job. It's been a little over 2 years now, and I'm having a great time with it. It's a lot of fun.
How much fun could you have?
Yeah.
So what did you do in California?
Actually, I was in television and entertainment production. I was at
Okay.
Paramount Pictures for 19 years, but when I wasn't doing that, I was stage managing live theater and concerts and producing a few live musical events and concerts.
You've had 2 great careers.
I have.
Look at this.
I have. And it's really interesting now because a lot of what I picked up in that first career I'm using now with our musical programs at
Sure.
the museum, with our history
Yeah.
exhibits.
So you've kind of slowed down a little bit, maybe. Do you think?
Personally,
Yeah. Career-wise, I mean, is it as fast-paced in Boone County as it was in Southern California?
no. Everything that's around me has slowed down. I don't think I've slowed down though. I mean, when I get in the office in the morning, I kind of hit it as hard and fast as what I did out there.
There you go.
And then I try to let go of it at 6
So
or
what
7
do you do
in
with the
evening.
other 6 hours of the day?
I enjoy
And moving at that pace.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Now, but before we started this interview, you mentioned something to me that I thought was a great statement. The Boone County Historical Society is more than history.
Yeah, it is.
That I'm not sure that this community really understands or realizes that. Can you explain that?
I will, and they don't yet, and that's going to be our ongoing challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. But we consider ourselves more of a cultural arts destination, and here's
Okay.
why. We don't just preserve history for the future, which is our mission and our motto, and provide that humanities resource in the way of our history exhibits, but we're also the home to the Blind Boone Piano Concert Series, a regular concert series that features Boone's 9-foot grand custom-made piano.
You know, it's worth just seeing the piano.
Oh, it is.
It really is.
And that's where history and art intersect quite literally every 8 weeks, 6 times a year. This year we actually have a bonus concert. I've got one coming up here on Father's Day in the afternoon that's going to bring one of the nation's best ragtime pianists to the piano. But the piano is a historical artifact by itself.
Sure is.
1891, 9-foot long, made of oak, custom made for him. But we bring in these phenomenal musicians from all over Boone County and even Missouri to play on it and cover all the genres: jazz, classical, Broadway, the standards. We had a country concert a couple of months ago in there with some steel guitars and Boone's piano. So those are fantastic evenings.
Wow.
But cultural arts, not only because of that, but we do book talks every month. We've got a great book talk series called Meet the Author, where local and Midwestern authors from surrounding states come in, and it's a free event. We curate Maplewood House. We're the host of the Boone County Hall of Fame. There's a lot going on there besides just the history exhibits.
What do you do in your spare time?
We don't have any. Look for more volunteers to help.
Now, here's what I remember of the Historic Society. The main building.
Yep.
It was next to the historical house there on
Maplewood House.
Maplewood House.
Yep.
You've expanded that. That whole area is now a village.
Yeah, we call it the village at Boone Junction, just adjacent to our primary building, which has got a almost brand new bright red metal roof on it that you can see as you're passing by 63. To the south of us, we've got 4 authentic Boone County structures that have all been moved from other locations in Boone County and reside with us now for preservation and interpretation. The first one was the Gordon Collins log cabin from Stevens Lake, which is fully furnished to look, it is an 1820s pioneer cabin on the inside. We've got the Easley Country Store. We've got the Ryland Victorian Farmhouse, which a lot of people, the name doesn't ring a bell, but it's a beautiful Victorian gabled farmhouse that sat just off 63 at the Sturgeon exit for many years.
Northern Boone, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been moved, fully restored and
Wow.
furnished to be a 1900s farm family home.
Sure.
And last we have the McQuitty Shotgun House, which is a well-known small home with that vernacular architecture from here in Columbia near Garth and Ash. Always a part of the African American community here in Columbia. And we're working over the next 3 or 4 months to put a Black History exhibit in there. So that's our
Outstanding.
village, and kids especially love the tours that we provide out there.
You do a lot of youth tours and
We
stuff
do,
like that?
a lot of scouting groups, a lot of both private and public schools make appointments to come out and see us and take the tour.
Wow. What else you have going on for the summer? Anything else?
We've got 2 great art exhibits in our
Tell
art
us,
gallery.
tell us.
And you know, I was talking about cultural arts, and I realized I was talking about books and music, but what a lot of people don't know is the Montminy Art Gallery is 3,000 square feet. Accepting what the university offers, it's the largest art gallery in Columbia.
You mean Boone County Historical Society has an art gallery?
We do.
Wow.
And it stands alone by itself. And people always ask, well, you must put historical related art in there. No, we put just good art, art
Good
for
art.
art's sake. And right now there's a fantastic St. Louis artist in there, a plein air artist,
Okay.
who does oils and prints and pottery. It's fantastic. His name is Sean Cornell. He's going to be there through June 26th. And almost everything he's got in there is for sale. And it's great stuff. And then we're going to follow him with an up-and-coming local photographer here in Columbia named John Lavelli.
Okay.
He's a street photographer, which is an art form that a lot of people aren't familiar with, but it's not a new art form. It's been around for more than 100 years in the United States, but it's the art of capturing in very candid form all of us in our everyday life, and he specifically concentrates on the side of Columbia that we don't always see. There's a nightlife in Columbia that happens in the streets and alleys well past when the bars close, that's made up of some really interesting personalities.
I like that stuff. I think it's good.
It is good. The reason that I've brought him into the gallery is because of his talent. But beyond his talent, it's a side of Columbia that I think more people need to know about that aren't aware of.
Diversity.
A lot of
A
diversity.
lot of diversity. Come back and see us.
I will.
Come back and see us whenever you want.
Okay, thank
we'd
you.
love to have you and learn more about the Historical Society.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Our third and best. See?
you
Best for last. Final guest today, June 7th, making a difference, is Lori Stoll. Lori, you are with City of Refuge.
That's right.
I'll tell you, I am so intrigued. First of all, what do you do? What is the City of Refuge?
Well, City of Refuge is a nonprofit that we started, in 2010. We started out as a little cleaning company. We saw the need in Columbia to help refugees to learn job skills.
Okay.
So we started off with a little cleaning company that taught women who didn't speak much English how to go into a home and professionally clean and have an income for their family. So,
Interesting.
and then after that, it became more of a hands-on direct care for refugees, because that's what I was doing already.
Okay.
I was doing it as a volunteer for a couple years.
Sure.
And our board president, Jen Wheeler, said, Lori, we want you to keep going and keep doing this. We'd like to help you with a stipend to be able to do it every day. So I said, yeah.
Outstanding. So, I mean, is the mission still the same? I mean, so now instead of cleaning,
Yeah.
you're taking individuals from the community and helping them learn English, or helping them become better prepared to enter the workplace.
In all facets of their life.
Okay.
Some of them have come from small villages in the hill countries of Burma, and then they escaped to the Thai-Burma border, and they lived in a refugee camp for, some of them, up to 20 years. It left them without many skills that they would need to come to even a small city like Columbia and learn how to do everything from apply for a job, get an apartment, get a car, learn to drive, how to get a permit when you don't speak much English. And so we come alongside and we assist them with all those functions.
Just a quick observation. It just kind of puts everything we do into
Yeah.
perspective, doesn't it?
It sure does.
I mean, it's just, our lives are very complicated, but most of the time we complicate them.
Yeah.
And
And our society has complicated it a lot.
I can't imagine coming from a village in the mountains of Burma to a place like Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't anywhere in the United States.
Well, there was a story that I helped to propel me into volunteering and working with these folks. When one of the families first came, one of their children fell sick and ended up in the hospital. I got a call from Jen Wheeler, whose husband is a doctor, and he told her, there's a family there, and I don't think the father has been home for several days. I think he needs food. I think he needs a shower. Could you send Lori over and check on this family? So I went over there because Jen and I were friends and she knew my heart for that. So I went over there, found out he was right. I took the father to his home. As we walked in, it was in the middle of winter. There were no lights on in the apartment. The heat wasn't on. They somehow didn't know how to turn on or use even the equipment as small as light bulbs and a pilot light in their heater. And there were so many people coming at that time that even the social workers that were supposed to be there to help them adjust, they were overwhelmed themselves and they couldn't be in each home. So we said, listen, we've got to help them. We can't allow things like that to go on in our community. So from that day forward, I really ramped up my efforts and found out that a lot of stories were similar to that in that they just need a lot of hands-on to get through their days when they first come. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to leave work every day just going.
I do. I do. My life has a lot of meaning and purpose.
Well, you know what? You've got a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
You've got a glow about you, and it has to.
Well, they are my
come
heroes. They're my heroes. They've taught me about life. They've taught me about survival and patience and love. They've welcomed me with open arms and into their homes. I've been at their births. I've been at their deaths. And it's a privilege and an honor.
It is a privilege.
It is.
To be just embraced.
Yeah.
So what's their opinion of America?
It varies. They are very grateful. They are very grateful to have an opportunity. I just heard a story yesterday. A young man told me that when he was in Africa, he used to encourage himself with the thought that maybe one day he would get to America, but he just didn't think that would ever be possible. And one day that came, and he's here now, and he's just elated. He said, I can see the opportunities here. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to get a better job. I'm going to move on. And he's just excited for the opportunities. So.
We take so many things for granted, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do.
And these individuals are just like, wow.
Yeah, they're chomping at the bit. Yeah.
I just want to go to the greatest nation on earth. I want to go to America.
Yeah, it still
You got
is.
a great job.
I do. I have the best.
And we were wondering, what are we going to talk about? Now, do you have any other programs coming up? Any other things that you have on your plate?
The summer is, we kind of lay low. We like to get together with kids in the summer and while they're out of school, help them with things. We have some interns that want to get connected. We have some English programs that are continuing and more volunteers are coming on. So we just keep up with the casework in the summer. And
do you have a website where people can go, people that may be interested in helping you?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
actually,
donations are nice.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? They are.
And the money is well spent. City of Refuge website is still being developed at this present moment, I believe, but it will be cityofrefuge.org. And the Facebook page, though, is a great way to connect. So just type in City of Refuge Facebook. And
Interesting name. How'd you come up with that?
I didn't come up with it. Our board president did. I think she just saw Columbia as a city that welcomed refugees, and it actually has come true. We've got people that have settled in other cities, and they hear their cousins, their relatives say, Columbia is great, you can get help
We
here.
should be proud of that.
Absolutely.
The diversity that this
Yeah.
this community
It's a very
offers,
welcoming community.
It is. My family, I drug them to another part of the country for a few years, and we were very glad to come
Yes,
back.
I've had that same
We were.
experience. Yeah.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
drug away?
I did, well, not for very
I need to
long,
introduce you to
but-
my wife. She would say drug, kicking and screaming. But you know, it's just an experience. But what is there anything else that this community can do to help you?
Well, we love volunteers, and I'll connect them.
Okay.
I can help them get connected to a family, and from there it can be as simple as an hour a week with English instruction, maybe just having one of their kids tag along to a soccer game, teaching them about Columbia, about life in America.
Do your friends, your people in your program, do they want to assimilate to our culture?
Absolutely, yeah. They do, and at the same time they love their traditions. And
Sure.
and so they do both.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's their
And they teach us.
foundation.
Yeah.
But assimilation is part of it.
Absolutely. yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to come back.
I would love
Bring
to.
some pictures. Well, we want to see what you're doing
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Awesome.
Okay,
All
come
right.
back and see us, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
Outstanding. Good
you.
job.